Welcome to Cook to Nourish. Today's recipe is that of strawberry pound cake, and this is a gluten-free and dairy-free recipe. So I like to use my favorite gluten-free blend for this. This is King Arthur's Measure for Measure, and I'm using 1.5 cups of this. Now, if you want to make a paleo version, you can also use cassava flour in this recipe. However, I'm using a gluten-free. Now, 2 teaspoons of baking powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of sea salt. Now I'm going to mix all these together using a spatula. This is just like a rough mixing so that I get all the baking powder and soda and everything into the flour mix, and then later I'll be using a sieve to sift the flour so that everything mixes really well. And that sifting step is important in this because this is a pound cake, and you really want the cake to be light and airy, and so the sifting is an important step here. So just use a fine mesh sieve like the one I'm using, and just at least once is good. If you can do it twice, that'll be great. Next, I'm using my stand mixer here, but you could also use just your, electric mixer, or you can also just, beat it by hand. So I'm adding 3 eggs first, and of course you can crack the egg separately too. Now I'm using unrefined cane sugar, and that because it's like coarse, I just like to powder it a little bit in my food processor before adding it to the recipe. And that was like 3/4 cups of sugar, and now I have 3/4 cup of coconut milk. I like to use the Aroidi brand, and I added 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to it and keep it aside for a little bit. And next to the eggs and the sugar mixture, I add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I add the maple syrup because it gives a nice flavor to this cake. Okay, so you just start beating this egg and the sugar mixture, and next to that you add half a cup of olive oil or avocado oil. So there is no butter in this recipe, and we are using good quality oil instead. And next, just add that coconut milk mixture with the vinegar. See how it's like curdled and it becomes like a yogurt, and that's what we want. We want it to become acidic here, and that's important, and that's how we get the soft and airy cake. Okay, so beat this again or mix it well till it gets like really sort of like frothy, and then we will slowly add the flour mixture that we have sifted and kept. So just add the flour mixture slowly in portions. So I'm adding like half the portion first, and then just beat it on low speed. Again, you can do make this even if you don't have a stand mixer. Use an electric mixer, or you can just do it by hand as well, because it doesn't need a lot of arm strength here. So it's easy enough to mix this batter. Next, or lastly, actually, just add the vanilla extract. I am adding 2 teaspoons of good quality pure vanilla extract. See, it's all like coming together really nice and creamy, and it's very moist, the batter. So now I'm preheating the oven to 350 degree and greasing the pan here. Now I'm using an 8 by 8 inch square brownie pan, but you could also use another shape like a round 8-inch circle pan. And now we have fresh strawberries. We'll be adding 1 cup of chopped fresh strawberries. Now I'm adding half cup now, right now. And then take it out of the mixer, so you're just mixing it by hand, because if you use an electric mixer and now then the strawberries will blend with the flour mixture and you'll get like a pink batter, and you don't want that. We just want the chunks of strawberry to be seen. So see how the batter is like really very liquidy. So that's the texture of your batter. That's how it should be. Okay, so I added the batter into the pan, and then the rest of the strawberries I'll add now on top and mix. So that way the strawberries will be uniformly distributed. Okay, so you're just adding the rest of it, and we can use like a spoon to kind of mix it all in so that it's not just on top. So yeah, just kind of lightly push that into the batter so that it's kind of dispersed into the batter. Okay, and now this goes into the oven, which we have been preheating. That's 350 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, and make sure you check it after 40 minutes, because your oven may be different. Mine took about 45 minutes, and I had checked it before too, and see now it's all it's done. So now you have to let it cool before you get it out of the pan. So kind of go around the edges with a knife and then slowly get it down. And for decoration, you can just do whatever you like, but you can create even a frosting if you want. But I like to just decorate it with fresh strawberries and then drizzle this dairy-free melted chocolate on top. And believe me, I have made this cake 3 times in the last 1 week. This cake has been such a hit, so it's absolutely delicious and light and airy. Hope you enjoy this recipe. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.